What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. When you see them on the big screen, they look like a match made in heaven. When you see them during the promo, they seem like a match made in heaven. That's why today we wanted to talk a little more about the on-screen romantic duos that broke our hearts in the real world. So here are the 10 TV couples that should have ended up together. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 10, Tyler Blackburn and Ashley Benson. Pretty Little Liars had some of the best relationships of all time, and we can't ever forget about Caleb. That's right, Caleb Rivers and Hannah Marin were a beloved pick from the get-go. They were off to a rocky start, but things had a tendency to go smooth after a while, although we feel like Hannah loved him more. And when the cameras aren't rolling, these two are just inseparable. All the time, they're goofing off, they're flirting with each other, and just having a blast when they're together. But alas, Tyler actually confirmed that they were never a thing. That doesn't mean they can't be a thing. Number 9, Tyler Posey and Crystal Reed. From liars, we move to werewolves, and in this case, it's the lead of the show, Scott McCall, falling in love with a teenage girl by the name of Hunter Allison. Their love story began when Scott gave her a pin in high school, and we've been falling for them ever since. In real life, these guys are like two peas in a pod. On one occasion, Tyler talked about how it's so easy to work with Crystal because they're such close friends. All of that being said, we didn't get to see these two together. Keep watching if you want to find out which couple from the originals we wanted to see together. Number 8, SHAY Mitchell and BIANCA Lawson.
You bring out the beast in me. I fell in love from the moment we kissed. Since then we've been...
And we're back to Pretty Little Liars, folks. This time we have Amaya. That's short for Emily Fields and Maya St. Germain. Because it was a homosexual relationship, these two ran into some trouble on the show, but that doesn't mean the love wasn't there. After a little digging around, we found out that SHAY Mitchell is actually in love with Matt Babe, and the couple has a child together. BIANCA Lawson is single, but it seems like she will be smashing that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, she will probably be passing the possibility of ruining SHAY's family. In a perfect world, we would have loved to see it happen. Number 7, Josh Radnor and Kristen Miliotti. We know that Tell loved Robin, maybe even more than he did Tracy. That's why he spent all the 10 seasons talking about all the little love stories about him and Robin. But when Kristen Miliotti joined the show, she and Ted were an instant hit. We're sorry, Robin, but Ted and Tracy were just enough goofy and just enough cool to make a great couple. And recently, we saw them singing 500 Miles together at a bar. That means these two have a really similar personality in real life as well. Now, we don't know about you, but we would kill to see them together. After all, we waited almost a decade to see who the mother in How I Met Your Mother was. Number 6, Joseph Morgan and Candice King.
Caroline might in the future.
Caroline had a tendency to bring out Klaus's compassionate side. This is because when she received a hybrid bite from Tyler, Klaus was the only one by her side who tried to save her. And save her he did, after she chose to drink his blood and live. Vampires. Real life is a bit less dramatic. Just look at how Candice becomes shy when Ian asks her about sleeping with Klaus, aka Joseph. She says her character might, but not her. No one was asking about you in real life, but we like where this is headed. Number 5, Misha Barton and Ben McKenzie. There was no love story like the one between Marissa and Ryan on the OC. These two really loved each other. It was love at first sight, and they protected each other. Some people saw them as exhausting, while we only saw them as a couple for whom life always got in the way. In the real world, the rumors started to spread about these two dating when the show was popular. Now, don't get us wrong, we would have loved these rumors to be true. There wasn't an ounce of validity to them. There were only wishful thinking on the fans' part. Plus, in the following parts, we will reveal the only movie couple that would have been perfect for one another. Here's a hint. We've talked about them on this channel. A lot. Number 4, Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer. Friends will go down in history as one of the best sitcoms in the world, and from 1994 until 2004, Rachel and Ross were the couple we were all rooting for. We loved how pure Ross's love was for Rachel, even though he messed up a ton. And we also know that Rachel never wanted to be away from him, regardless of how hard she tried to hide it. Compared to real life, David is a lot cooler than Ross, and Jennifer Aniston is Rachel for the most part. We don't know why, but we would have loved to see them together. After all, there were rumors that some of the co-stars were sleeping together, but we'll leave it at that. Number 3, Neil Patrick Harris and COBIE Smulders.
Because love's the best thing we do.
They had the best chemistry and build-up on the show. They even got a whole season for their wedding and proved why they would work as a couple. Then they got divorced? This is how one fan described their relationship. And we, for one, agree 100%. We know that they were so bad together, but they truly loved each other. They were the misfits that would never conform. And even off the set, they seemed to be getting along so well. Unfortunately, we all know that Neil Patrick Harris is openly gay and married to David Bertka, and they have 2 children together. And so was COBIE, which means that boat sailed a long time ago. But a person can dream, right? Number 2, Josephine Langford and Hero Finds TIFFIN.
One more time, that the universe was made just to be seen.
Okay, you just knew we were going to be talking about these two. I mean, 2 people have never been so wrong for each other and yet so right for each other. I mean, Hardin and Tessa are the love story that we all want to have, but somehow these 2 aren't dating in real life. Just watching them have such a great time during interviews makes us wonder why they're not together. That Marie Claire interview about how well do you know your co-star got about 11 million views. That's because these 2 looked like a couple that spends every minute of every day together. This has got to be an anomaly, or they're so good at lying they've managed to convince all of us. Like, how can you be such close friends with each other and not catch feelings, even after all the kissing they have to do on the set? Can someone please explain this to us? Number 1, KJ Apa and Camila Mendes.
Riverdale. Sodale is just the beginning. It's actually... No, Archie, you need to know this. But Archie,
Veronica,
he's going
I can't
to...
know.
And finally, someone from Riverdale. We love the show, and we're so glad that Lily Reinhart and Cole Sprouse gave it a shot at dating. However, we didn't get the indulgence of seeing Varchi play out in real life. These 2 seemed perfect for each other on the set. They were both kind of hot-headed and they didn't want to be told what to do. They had their own way of doing things and they stuck with that until the very end. Albeit, Varchi did swim through some troubled waters, like the time Veronica didn't return the I love you to Archie. And you can see they're just really close during all of those interviews. They're making goofy faces, they're almost exclusively sitting next to one another, and they just can't stop flirting with each other. To this day, we have no idea why these 2 didn't end up together, but fingers crossed, there's still time. On a related note, which of these couples do you think should have definitely wound up together? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.